Hello, let me just show you this. First day, it's been like this for some time, but we'll just do a 360. If you look behind me, not a cloud in the sky. Oops, let's turn it that way so you can see more. Full sun and blue skies, and rather warm, but I'm not complaining. There's been breaking news, and all I did was see the headline, and I thought I don't need to look into it anymore. That, of course, being the death of Pope Francis at the age of 88, which happened to happen around the time of Easter. And of course, quick calculation, it's either the 110th or the 111th day. Do I need to look any further into that? No. Because that would be sick. It's an interesting word, the word sick, and its many connotations. So I thought we'd just have a look at it and break it down in what we actually see in the word sick. So let's try and get that. And its counterpart as well. So the individualized soul or spirit, represented by the S, the spiritual I, can see. Now the K is an I, and it has two roots. So that is what sick is. Judge ye not, lest ye be judged, because the spiritual eye will see, and you'll label something as bad, the negative root, or you'll label something as good, the positive root. It's about staying neutral, so all you need is the spiritual eye to see, and not make that judgment which is given with the recent character, the letter K. Of course, its counterpart or its opposite is to see the whole and to then see the K. So everything is okay. But there is another spelling of sick, which is an adverb, SIC, which is used in brackets after a copied or quoted word that appears odd or erroneous, to show that the word is quoted exactly as it stands in the original, as in a story, and this is in italicized, must hold a child's interest and, quote, enrich his, and it's got in brackets, SIC, life, or a hero of ancient, SIC, Rome. So with that spelling, the spiritual eye sees, it's basically referring to intuition. It's one of the things that I go into on these courses with the etymology, looking at every individual letter, which I have suggested many times is a shorthand in the same way as the Far Eastern characters in that language. They are made from shorthand sketches that have, over a period of time, have become the written word. But the word sick has many meanings. As I understand it, more recent terminology is to say, oh, that is sick, when it means something is good. That is, I would suggest, coming from the childlike intuition that knows. So although it might sound strange to say something is sick, when it would seem that it's not sick, that I would suggest is why that word has come into the sort of slang language, as it were. Oh, what's happening with this phone? I wanted to actually pause it for a second, but this phone is sort of doing its own thing. It's becoming a sort of, what do you call it? A device that is becoming an errant, you could say. I see that also as a reflection as well. But it's so easy to just take this one definition of a word and only hear it in one way. So the courses are to give you a new perspective, a new way of seeing things, a new way of hearing things, and a new way interpreting things. And what better way than to go back to look at the actual characters? In the free introductory video, which is in 2 parts, I still have to make the second part on that. It spells out a message, and it also shows you how to break a loop because of that missing 27th character. I've had a bit of feedback with some very ingenious answers on this that I would say you're on the right lines, but when I give you the answer, you will no doubt say, oh, and you won't be wrong in expressing that. But just a little enticement. So when you're presented with anything, look at it and realize, weigh it up inside. What is it actually showing? What is being presented to you? Because this realm is one of duality, and it's so easy to not stay neutral and label something as good or label something as bad. Certainly with regard to this breaking news, I think it was on Monday, there will be those that go into this mournful state, as it were. There are probably an equal number of people who will say hooray and make a judgment that way. But is either really good or bad in the grand scheme of things? We're here to just observe and take away the experiences from this reality. So consider words like sick and okay. And if you can see one thing, can you see its counterpart? The theme of mandatory testing, and I have mentioned many times on video on this channel that this realm is a diagnostic zone. It is a place of testing. Right across the spectrum, it's a test upon us, it's a test upon our spiritual resolve. It is a test on whether we're going to make a judgment on something or whether we can stay neutral to it and not allow these things to affect us in a negative way, but equally not to go so far to just only see the positives and not see the contrast, because we are doing ourselves a disservice when we do that. It is about weighing things up, seeing things in balance. So the word sick is a perfect example, and it has its counterparts okay. So I don't want to make this video too long. It's just a little taster as much as anything else, an invite. The courses are there. Most of them are still just up here. I haven't actually created them yet, but as and when they will come, if there is interest in them. If not, then there's no point me putting energy into doing such a thing if there is no interest. That would be a waste of my time, and I would be doing myself a disservice. But I feel there is great value in looking at etymology, looking at the actual shapes of these characters that we call letters of the alphabet. it reveals another layer. Okay, the words, the letters are purely to do within this construct, but they are hugely valuable in what they reveal, and they can